Yeah. It's Yosiah. BLS on the beat. Piano, please. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I've been through the struggle, I've been through the pain. I was going through the storm, now I'm dancing in the rain. I'm never turning back, I will never be the same. Living for today, I will praise your name. Oh yeah, I made it, I made it. Oh yeah, I made it, I made it. I made it, I made it.
Made it, look, I'm here. Mission impossible, have no fear. My purpose in life, I gotta draw near. I receive it, I claim it. This is my year, my own lane. In fifth year, I don't drive, spirit steer. You gotta have faith in all things. Patience, endurance, strength to believe. Pray on your knees, it's your deed. In a good book, what you read. Walk by faith, not what you see. Blessed are those who walk with thee. Don't ignore this prophecy. Word to the treeology. Oops, I mean Trinity. My blessings on infinity. Can't take my serenity. No thanks to my enemy. I'm on one synergy. This world ain't no friend of me. I made it to my destiny. Faith was my recipe. Now my life is heavenly. My tongue is where my weapons be.
I've been through the struggle, I've been through the pain. I was going through the storm, now I'm dancing in the rain. I'm never turning back, I'll never be the same. I'm living for today, and I will praise your name. I made it, I made it. I made it.
Yo. Welcome. Welcome to another episode of Your Story. When I tell you I have a very special guest here with me, I'm telling you, this is my brother. And this is my dude. This is my dude for life, man. We've been in the storm together. You hear me? This, I can't even explain to you. Yo, this, dog.
All you can do is laugh.
Oh man. And I tell you, this is my dude. Like, bro, this is my brother. This is my little brother. I'm telling you, this is my guy. This is my. I promise you, man, and he decided to come out and share his story. I'm telling you, man, I know the story. The song you heard earlier was I Made It. I'm telling you, man, and I'm excited, even though I know the story, but I want y'all to hear the story because I promise you, this brother, where he is right now, let me just tell you, he shouldn't be.
Right.
Man, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, man, this is my dude, like straight up. Yep. He's doing, man. I'm just gonna go right on in, man, and just y'all know him, y'all know the song. I made it. You know what he used to do, and we used to tear the stage up together. Dog. We used to tear the stage.
Go back to back,
man.
Back to back, man.
Golly, you know, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. The funniest thing, I'm gonna tell you something. It's funny. First time I met this brother, man, I was in Indiana.
Yep.
I was in Indiana, and I remember doing Just the Lord and Me, and this brother threw his towel at me.
Hey, that's what I was on around there. I always had that little towel with me every time I performed.
He was feeling it too. He threw his towel at me, dog. I was like, yo. Man. Oh man, I'll never forget that
That's
day.
crazy,
But it's been on ever since.
Absolutely,
man. It's
man.
when I tell you this is my little brother, I'm telling you, I'm proud of where he's at right now. But when you hear the story, you'll be like, man. And how did you get here?
Yeah.
And it was nothing but God, man.
Absolutely.
So, man, listen, Yosiah in the building.
My guy.
What's
What's
up, man? Yo.
Hey, yo, like he said, when we first met, literally chemistry was there. I mean, we were literally on the same path, and it's like when you meet somebody and you feel like you've known them forever.
Yeah.
Like I just met this dude, but I feel like I know.
Yeah.
We already thinking the same thing before you ain't gotta say nothing.
Right.
And we literally had that same connection today. Like we'll be talking about something. It's like you ain't gotta say nothing.
Right.
I already know
Yeah.
what you think, and I know how you feel.
Right.
So like literally
Right.
from that day, man, we've been able to, like build each other up again. Like you said, we've been through it in a storm. Even taking it to that point. I at that point I was doing gospel music. And really what got me to that point was me just feeling lost in the world. You know what I mean? And I was a person that grew up in the church. So I was one of those kids that grew up in the church, and I had these set principles in my life already.
Right.
So really didn't have an opportunity to establish a relationship with God for myself.
Right.
Because my parents, older aunts, people in the church, they kind of, in a sense, they force it on you instead of allowing you to gain your own relationship with God. So when I hit that 18 mark, the world looked very interesting. The world looked mighty interesting, and I wanted a taste of the world. You know what I mean? And I got that taste, and it wasn't so sweet. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't too sweet, man.
It wasn't sweet at all, brother.
But I had to learn. It's that thing. Your journey, man. You have to. Sometimes you got to learn things, on your own. You know what I mean? And God will allow you to, do that thing, and for you to make that relationship with Him better. You know what I mean? So that's what really got me to the point of doing gospel music, because I, again, went into the world. You know what I mean? Again, I felt most of my life, I kind of was forced to be a certain way, and with that, it's that resistance. You know what I mean? Especially I'm a child, so. Now it's like they forced me to do this all my life, so now I want to do X, Y, Z. But again, me learning that on my own, really pushed me to establish a real relationship with God. You know what I mean? And I really didn't know too much about the relationship part. Knew a lot about the religion part.
Right.
I knew the word. I knew the Bible. I knew how it was supposed to look. But really didn't know the relationship part. So that kind of got me to kind of where we met originally. Right.
Man, so tell us about that, man. Like, what was that journey? Because, even though you think things are going all right, gonna be all right, bruh.
Yeah. No, that's facts, man.
We hopping on the stage, but we going through a storm at the same time,
bruh.
man. Like, what was that like, man?
Man, that was interesting. We was before we even started the show, we was just talking, and that song, years old, but I was telling my brother, I was like, man, that was like a great time and a bad time in my life.
Yeah.
Like, we were performing, and we was on tour. We was going to different cities, like just really living it up, and it's a really great time. But my personal and private life ain't that, ain't that well, And I'm going in front of these people to perform, and everybody's having a great time, and people are receiving you. You inspired me, you motivated me. But when it's time to go home, I'm crying. I don't know what to do. I don't know, I'm struggling with a particular sin or issue or addiction, that I have going on. But again, this is a part of that journey piece. But again, like it was rough, honestly, like it was rough. And, there was moments, during the ministry and, that part of my life where, I became, homeless, in a sense. And, man, like that was very new because my mom, she, single mom, entrepreneur, she really did what she could and did to take care of me. So we were never really like poor or anything like that. But, again, she's a single mom. So I wasn't necessarily used to or thought that I would be in a place of being homeless. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, not that it can't happen to anybody, but I just never imagined being homeless. And it was so fortunate that I met somebody like you. Like this brother, again, like he said, we were literally in the storm together. Like, and there was a time in my life where I had nowhere to go, and I reached out to this brother here, and he let me stay in this place. And it's so crazy because I hear these stories of these celebrities and they have these particular people that they meet and they let them, because it literally that you lending your hand in that moment, bro.
Right.
Was, you don't know how that changed the trajectory of my journey.
Right.
Because what if I can't do it?
Right.
What if I went another direction and that wasn't the right direction for me? But, God allowing you, the resources to be able to, allow me to stay in that place. Like like I said, it's a blessing. And, that particular opportunity, again, changed my mind. And I felt like from that point, it was like, okay, now I know what I need to focus on. And I know that I need to get serious. And sometimes you need to be around brothers that, that has a relationship with God. You know what I mean? So, again, during that time, it was just really, really rough for me because I was confused and like, now, okay, I'm establishing my relationship with God, but now this is the maturity part, right? Like, because, okay, you got your own relationship with God, and it sounds good and it looks good, but the maturity part is that, okay, let me allow you to go through a situation. Let me test your faith. Right. And that's the maturity chisel part that I had to go through. But again, God will give you, even when he puts you in those situations to test your faith, he gives you an anchor. Right. You know what I mean? To be able to, like, he don't throw you in the big ocean and be like, you better figure it out. Like, he still gives you an anchor to be able to come out. Mm-hmm. And I feel like you were one of the people that really, anchored me out of that situation, bro.
Yeah, I remember, bro. Yeah. It was like, hey, I was like, when you came to me, man, I was like, come on, bro.
Yeah, man. Like, and some people ain't like that. Yeah. Some people like, it's that. Like, and you never want to feel like you're being a burden to anybody. Right. But you just, like I said, bro, you was just like, come on, I got you. Don't talk.
Yeah,
come on, man. Forget it. Yeah, come on. And I needed that in that time, bro. Like, cause I can't imagine me going to somebody and maybe you wouldn't be able to do it, and I go to somebody else, I can't do it, and now my mind is playing tricks on me, and now I'm in the world because I ain't got no other options. Nobody's there for me. So, bruh, thank you again for that,
man,
bro.
God get the glory, man. Like, you my little brother, dog. Yeah, I remember that, man. It was like, and then you came through, man. We was chilling in the crib.
Yeah, bro. We had a good old time. I was making some really good music too at that time. Like, I had my little studio set up, and I felt like in that time, it's crazy, in that moment, I felt like sometimes you gotta be set apart. You know what I'm saying? For you to get that clarity, and you gotta get away from people, because you were staying in Dayton. Right. We in Dayton right now, but I've never lived in Dayton or nothing like that. Didn't really know too much about Dayton. Right. So I went from Cincinnati and stayed in Dayton. So literally got away from all my distractions and all those things like that. So literally, God set me apart to be able to really get that clarity and really figure out what my next moves was. Right.
Isn't it amazing that God knows the people like he can trust with your life? Man. Bruh, ain't that crazy? Man. Like, dude, like, man, so many people that I done ran into, man, and that God trusting with my life. Yeah, like, bro. And that's what people don't understand. Like, you could have went to anybody, but God said, nah, this person right here, man, this is the one, I know him. Yep. That blows my mind when I think about it. Like, right now, like, bro. God can send you to the person that I can trust this person to bring you in. Yeah. I can trust that. Because, dude, like, it was amazing because, watching you go through it, man, and I was just like, man.
And that was and honestly, that moment was a trigger for me, right? Because I got to a place in my life where, really didn't have anybody. My family structure was never really there. The family thing wasn't there. Didn't have the father figure in my life. Size of the family is just beefing. This person ain't talking to this person. And so the family structure was very divided for me. So I really didn't have that. So when I became an adult, it was really on me to figure out everything. I didn't have anybody to tell me what credit is. Didn't have anybody to guide me to figure out, what I wanted to do with my life and career. Really didn't have any of those guiding principles. And, the people that I and there was times when I reached out to certain people and I was a burden, you know what I'm saying? Right. So they didn't really want to deal with me. Wow. And again, I'm a kid, you know what I mean? I don't know what to do. I don't know about this life. Right. You know what I mean? I'm fresh out of high school, so I'm trying to figure it out. And, again, you know, I think God allowed me to feel alone, and that has been one of my biggest struggles, the need of feeling alone.
Yeah.
Even if I have somebody, and it play tricks on me, because I will have somebody in my life, or I have people there for me, and I know they're there for me, but I still have this feeling of being alone, that they're going to leave me, or that they're going, because I was in that place for so long, feeling alone. So like it was almost hard for me to allow people in. Like when people that actually love me, it was hard for me to allow people to love me.
Yeah.
Because I was in that space, man. So like now in my life, like I'm allowing myself to be loved, and I'm opening my heart again, because I felt rejected, you know, from my own people.
Right.
You know what I mean? My closest kin, my blood, I felt rejected. And for a kid, a child, you know, we already deal with struggles of being black in America. So it's just like, just imagine those thoughts or those feelings growing up in the world. It could lead you left or it could lead you right. But man, it's crazy. It's crazy, man.
The thing is this, man. It's like we just never know. You know what I mean? We never know what can happen with our lives, man. We just never know what's gonna happen. But like you said something earlier, man, that nobody never pay attention to. Like people, it's like a symptom. Like you know how people have the ADHD and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's like that when you get hurt or rejected, those things still play.
Oh, it sure does.
I mean, the people don't think about that. Like there's still that moment. Like you like
still
oh
here,
you know man like oh like you know man it's like you know because it happened.
Yeah.
And it happened hard.
Yeah.
You know, it's not one of those things that it just happened like oh okay.
Yeah.
You know, but that thing like. Bow.
Right, and I feel like as men, like you know, I mean, the quota, it's we have to carry that weight because we're men. Right. So you know, it was even hard for me to be vulnerable and talk about me feeling alone. I'm a man. I don't need nobody. Right. I can do this all by myself. I can live this life by myself. I don't need nobody. And you know, I tried to allow that to be my mentality, but it ain't gonna work, bro. You know what I'm saying? It ain't working, man. So it's just like dealing with that fact of knowing that this thing hurt me, and it took me a while to acknowledge it. Right. Because for me, it was just like it was their fault. My family, parent, like it was their fault that I went through this, and that was it. But at the end of the day, it's on me. You know, and I say this all the time. It's like it don't matter what somebody do to you. It's on you to decide to move forward and you know and get that relief from that thing, because I mean we all go through something. We all go through something, man. Bro,
I tell you, man, it's just like for me, even right now, it's amazing because when I look back at your life, like man, you know I remember we went to Cali, dude.
Woo! Hey,
bro,
listen,
I remember
man.
we went to Cali, dude. Man, that was crazy.
That was. Yo, Cincinnati to Cali, boy.
Cali, bro. That was crazy.
Bro. That was a crazy trip, bro.
Man.
That was a life-changing trip in a way for me because I'd never seen America like that. You know what I'm saying? For us to travel. That was crazy. Texas, went through Texas, Vegas, Oklahoma, New Mexico. I mean, that to see the world, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, see the country like that and how different it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything's different. And I mean, that car trip, I mean, you on a road trip, like, all you got is to talk about life. And, you know what I mean? And really bonding with people, man. So, like, that trip was something else, man.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, bro. You know, I'm glad we did that, man.
I probably never do that again.
Man, back was broke.
Bro, that joker about took me out. You hear me?
And he wouldn't let nobody else drive. This dude drove the whole way, man.
Hey, man, listen here.
I like, you good? Like, I'm good.
Listen here.
Driving with one finger the whole time like that.
Listen here, man. Let me tell you something. I never do. Yeah, I just wanted to get there.
Yeah.
But you know what, man? Even in going to L.A., man, you know, we still was dealing with stuff.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
We still was dealing with stuff. We still had some stuff that we were struggling with.
Absolutely,
man,
bro.
You know, but it took God to, You know, who thought that you would drive 2,500 miles? But see, there people don't understand that's how God works.
Yeah.
Because even in that 2,500 miles of driving, there was a growing.
Mm-hmm.
There was a growing process.
It was, bro.
In the driving, like we grew.
We
grew, and then when we got there, we thought when we got there, we thought our lives were bad.
I know.
You know what I mean? And so it was like God just changed the whole
perspective, man.
So
yeah,
man, I just thank God for you, man, because you made it, man. You made it through some tough times.
We made it,
so
bro.
so I from homeless to rejection,
man,
to pain,
being
hurt,
alone,
to all these things you went through.
Yeah, bro.
Where is Yosiah at right now?
Man, listen, and before I even talk about that, man, and there, and you know, and I want to mention this for those that's out there, because I do want to talk about where I am now.
Yeah.
There was a time, and this is literally before, you know,
right.
I reestablished my relationship with God and, you know, started doing music. But, you know, when I was kind of like in the world and, you know, had that taste of the world, I was in a really bad place then. And I really kind of lost everything. And, I mean, I'm a kid. I really don't have anything as a kid. Wow. But it's like I really lost everything. And, you know, I always had these ambitions. And, you know, I thank God that, I don't know, it's something... I don't know what it is, and it just may be God, it may be the Spirit, but it's always been something with me that says God has something, you know, for my life. Mm-hmm. Because literally, I remember I might have been like 20, 21 at the time, and this was literally right before I reestablished my relationship with God. Like a long time ago, like I was really trying to get into the music industry, you know what I mean? And I was basically in a point where I would do anything. Right. So I don't care what it takes.
I got to do it.
I'm going to do anything it takes.
Right.
And again, I'm a kid. I'm 20 years old. Don't know no better, but I felt so rejected from my family. I said, my mindset was that I'm going to be successful and I'm going to throw it all in y'all face and I'm going to let y'all see what y'all missed out on.
Right.
So I basically, as a kid, I was like, all right, cool. I want to be in this music industry. And this was literally the first, and it's crazy the relationship I had with Atlanta, but this is the first time I tried to move to Atlanta. So I packed up all the little things I had. Probably had like 10 outfits and, you know, a small TV, one microwave. But I packed all that stuff up, man, in my car I had, and quit my job. I had a little job at the time. Quit that. I'm quitting this job. You know, it was that thing. Like I was young, didn't have any kids at the time. Right. And my mindset was to be successful so I can make my family feel bad for leaving me. Right. And again, quit my job, packed up everything. I think I maybe had like $700. Wow. And I was like, I'm gonna figure it out though. It's all good. I wanted to be one of them some success stories. He packed up everything, and you know we moved here, and it worked. It don't work for everybody like that, but went down there and literally 1 week later was right back to Cincinnati. Wow. I didn't know I ain't know nothing about rent. I ain't had no credit. I didn't have no rental history. I didn't even have a job down there. You know what I mean? It was just like I thought I was just going to be able to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't. So I ended up back in Cincinnati. You know, I was able to stay with a friend for a moment, and I remember, and every time I think about this time in my life, I think about this time where I was walking in Coleraine in Cincinnati, Ohio. I was just walking, and in my mind, I'm like looking at the sky like, God, I can't do this no more. Like, I don't know what to do. There's nobody here for me. I'm alone. I don't have nothing. I tried to do something, but it didn't work. I can't call nobody. I have nothing. I don't know. Like, and literally, this is the time where the suicidal thoughts began. You know, it was because, again, I felt alone. I felt like, and again, I look back, I'm like, man, I was just so young. I just didn't know, you know, and I think about talking to myself, my younger self, and I'm like, man, you were just so young. You got so much time ahead of you. But again, in that moment, I just felt like I felt how I felt. And that's the thing about kids, is that we have to be mindful of that, because even though we're adults and we're parents, we have to kind of try to meet children where they are, you know, because in that moment, you couldn't tell me nothing. I felt how I felt. I didn't have nothing. I attempted to do this. It didn't work. I had to come back to Cincinnati. Now I'm staying on somebody's couch. I don't have nothing. I don't have nobody loves me. You know, all of these different things, man. But again, man, that moment, that was the really beginning of that moment where I really acknowledged that, you know, God has always been there with me. There's always been something there to say, there's something big in store for you.
Right.
There's something, God has something planned.
Right.
And that's why I say legacy, man.
Right.
Because everything that I went through leading up to where I am now, it makes sense. It's legacy that God was creating for me. It's a certain mindset. Like our journey, I feel like our journey creates the person that God needs us to be.
Right.
Even though it's not fair at times or it hurts at times, God is molding us to become the person he needs us to be. So,
something right there.
man, bro. So, like, bringing it to today, man, bro. Like, I cannot imagine. I wouldn't imagine. It was a thought of mine, but I never would imagine being in this position today. You know what I mean? As, you know, a CEO of a media company, and literally going back to the fact that I was willing to do anything, you know, to get into this industry, you know, way back then, and literally anything. Like, ain't no telling, bruh. Ain't no telling what I would have did at that young age to, because you hear the stories about the industry and what people do, and you know what I mean? Like, so it's just amazing to be at this point in my life, like having experience in the music industry, having experience in the film industry, now producing my own content and leading this new generation and a generation that, you know, seem to may have been forgotten to be creatives. Right. And I think in this time, in this climate, like, we need more entrepreneurs. Right. And, you know, when we talked, you saying, like, when you first talked about you being in production, I was just blown away because literally when we first met in Indiana, we was on the same mindset. Now, fast forward to this day, we on the same mindset. Yeah. So, like, that, bruh, like, what did you just to say about stuff like that? You can only, you know, like, God, bro. Yeah,
that is God for real, because, bro, I love what you're doing, man. Like, likewise, I do, bro. Man. I love likewise, it. Bro. I believe, man, a lot of people are going to be blessed, man. And just when dude, when I seen the movie, bro, I was like, yo, that's a little bro, man.
Bro, I never would have thought I would be acting and more so producing, writing films. Like, I would never, I mean, it was always there. I always had that playful, animated, you know, personality, but never really thought about it, man. Like, the music, the stage, that made me feel alive, and, you know, that gave me what I needed. And I feel like the film and, you know, the production on that side is just, I feel like it just amplifies everything. And it allows me to go a step further in painting the vision. And, you know, that's why I name, you know, my company Yosiah Vision, because, you know, the big thing about the vision is that I feel that we need people that has morals. We need more companies that is mission driven, purpose driven. You know what I mean? Because you know, these corporations, I mean, clearly you got to make money as a company, but a lot of these corporations put money before everything else. You know what I mean? And people get taken advantage of. People get their creative ideas taken. And I mean, so like with me, it's like I feel that there's a time. This is the time. I mean, we see all the stuff happening in the news. This is the time for it's time for a renaissance. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's time for the creatives, you know, and us, you know, people like us to really mount up and really take our positions. And literally looking back on my life, it literally all makes sense. Like, everything I went through, the me feeling alone, all that makes sense. Like, because all that, it made me a better father. You know, it's going to make me a better husband. It's going to make me a better friend. Make me a better leader. You know what I mean? All those different things that I've learned from that loss and from that pain, it built certain skills and a mindset within me to really be able to look at things a little bit different. Now, maybe if I didn't go through those things, maybe I wouldn't be the guy I am today. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And, yeah, bro. So
I get it.
Yeah, bro. And even you, bro, like, listening to your story, bro, like, with that being said, bro, you shouldn't even be this brother you are today, bro. You shouldn't be a brother and say, yes, you can stay with me. Based upon your story? you shouldn't even be here.
Right.
Based upon my story, we shouldn't even be here. So what is that?
Right.
It's God, bro.
Right.
It's God, bro.
Man, you telling the truth, and
Jesus.
and that's what people need to understand, man. Like what you going through ain't for you.
For real.
It's not for you. It's not for you, because here's what I want people to understand, that if it ain't took you out,
right.
I've been up preaching today, boy.
No, that's it, bro.
Yeah.
That's it, bro.
If it ain't took you out, then it's a purpose behind it.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
You going through it, but if you not going, if you have not lost your way, there's a purpose for it. Yeah. Because some people don't come out of what they go through.
They sure don't. I know a lot of people, bro.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
People that I grew up with, I know them.
I'm telling you, I'm with you. Yep. And so I want to encourage people, like, whatever you going through, if it ain't took you out, it's not for you. Yeah. It's only for a season. Yeah. And then you're gonna find yourself sharing that testimony with someone else. Yep. Yep. You know what I mean?
And look, bro, I promise you, and I promise you all, like, I know the feeling like you're not gonna make it out. Mm-hmm. I've been there. Yeah. A lot of people have been there. I know you've been there. Bro, I'm in this situation. I don't see no way out. Right. But the fact that I've made it to where I am today, now, I don't feel like I have it all together. We never will have it all together.
We never will.
But I feel the progress that God has made in my life, me being in my right mind, being, a father, and having the courage and the mind to lead, man. Like, really want to lead people. Like, it just amazes me, because I feel like what I've been through, it can make me selfish. Yeah. Because I went without, you think that I would want to be a selfish person. Mm-hmm. But that's the complete opposite of what I want to do. Right. You know what I mean? So, like, anybody that's watching this right now, like, if you feel like you in a situation where you feel like you ain't going to make it through, like, this is the worst thing I've done been through in my life and I'm not going to make it through, listen, keep pressing forward. Because, again, if you woke up today and you still here, you know what I'm saying? Right. Then you push on through. Yeah. This thing that you're going through ain't for you. It's for your journey, and it's going to be something that God's going to use to bless many, many other people, man.
We preached a message a long time ago. It's one of my favorite messages in the Bible. Nevertheless. Nevertheless. And when Jesus was in the fields, and he was ready to give up. He said, God, take this cup from me. Father, take this cup from me.
I remember that.
Take this cup from me. But then he said, nevertheless, not my will, but your will. And we got to have that type of mindset, a nevertheless spirit. Yeah. No matter what I'm going through, but nevertheless, God, I'm still going to trust you.
Absolutely.
Nevertheless, God, I don't care what finance or whatever it is I'm facing, whatever problems I'm having. Nevertheless, I'm going to still believe in you. I'm still going to press my way. I don't care how dark it get, but nevertheless, I'm still going to give you praise. I'm still going to lift my... And so that's the mindset we have to have. I know, man. Yeah. I got to keep going. It's not my will, but your will, because what you go through is not your will. It's his will. It's his will for your life. So when you're going through that, it's for a reason why you're going through it. Yeah, because it's the will of God that we go through. But it's not the will of God that we stay in it.
Facts, bro. No, that's facts, man.
I'm telling you, man. So my thing, man, I'm telling you, man, we got this message, Facebook notification blowing up.
Oh,
man. Somebody watching it, man.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? What's happening?
Man, listen, man, I don't even know what to say. I'm excited, man.
Me too, bro.
Let me do this before we go, man, because...
And we got to talk about the film we doing right now.
We're going
to do that at the end. Yeah. Let the people know what we got going on.
Yeah, man. It's my brother, man. I say. It's my guy, man. Look, dude, I'll tell you, man, this brother came through. But anyway, man, what would you want to say to the people, man? Like, to give them some encouraging words, and then talk about the film. Yep.
So this is what I would say. Honestly, being where I am, and just kind of understanding my journey. I think one of the biggest things is understanding that it is a journey, right? So with the journey, I mean, you know, if you want a visual for it, like with a journey, you go from point A to point whatever that is. But in your journey, it ain't going to be a straight line. And literally just imagine, right? Y'all, think about this. Think about your life and what you're going through or what you've been through. Just imagine if you didn't go through those certain things to be able, them things that you went through help you to become who you are. It forced you to learn new skills, learn how to do this, learn how to do that. And literally me kind of being out on my own at a young age, it in a way grew me up, but it put me years ahead of my friends because it basically put me in a position where I had to learn how to do something. So what I want to say to y'all, man, is don't take your journey for granted, right? And by that, I mean, don't take what you're going through as just something that that God is punishing you for, or he just throwing you out there, or you just feel like, you know what I mean, having that feeling like, don't take the journey for granted, because what you're going through is literally making you the person you need to become. And here's the crazy part. The crazy part is we'll pray for something, we'll pray to God for something, and then we'll go through these circumstances to get that blessing. Like, we want the blessing, so God allows he'll mix some stuff up. But then we complain that we going through it, but it's like, yo, you asked to be an entrepreneur. So let me do this. Okay, take this away. Oh, but my job said I can't do this no more. It's pushing you to get closer to whatever that thing you asked for. So again, I say, don't take your journey for granted, man. Like, really just try to, and I know it's hard. Like, I ain't gonna sit here in front like going through something is easy. Like, oh, I can go through anything. I'm built for it. No. What I'm saying is that in those trying times, try to remember that the journey is literally a journey, man. Like, and the journey is really what makes us. That's the part. That's the legacy. That's what we're going to remember. Like, it ain't about you getting from a point A of you know, deciding to be an entrepreneur to the last point, to you being a successful entrepreneur. What people really care about is the journey, how you got to the beginning to where you are as an entrepreneur. So that journey is really that's the money. So don't devalue that. Don't take that for granted, because that journey there is really what's going to be the money, and that's what you're going to be able to pass down to your kids: knowledge, experience, and really be able to help a whole generation. So please, y'all, man, I know it gets hard, and I know this world is off the chain, man. Listen, this world is something else, and you just don't know what to expect each and every day. But listen, your journey, please don't take it for granted. Please. Please.
Don't take it for granted. Because listen, how could you be made strong if you don't know how to be weak?
Facts. That part. Yeah.
Like, how?
Yeah.
You know, so God got to weaken us in order for us to be strong.
Absolutely.
And here we are now, stronger than when we were before. Look.
And how that happened? Yeah, we got to go through something. We gotta go through it. I know. Listen, and all our stories are different, but like, and I feel like, man, that's the part that brings us all together, man. That we all different. That we all got different stories. I got a piece of experience that can help you. You got a piece that can help me out. And we all just build something. And that's the kingdom, man.
That's the kingdom,
That's
man.
the kingdom, man.
Man, so listen. I'm telling you, this brother,
man,
came a long way.
Man.
I want y'all to know the truth.
Yes.
Come a long way.
Absolutely,
and to
man.
see where he is right now, man, it's just amazing. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man. I'm just like, yo, this is my dude.
Yeah,
like,
still going, man. Like, I don't know how, but we made it, man.
God, man, the drive and the focus is like to still go. You still holding on to God. That's why you're able to keep going, man. Like, these people don't fell off.
I know,
man. Them fell off because things didn't go their way, or because things didn't happen the way, or they thought it was supposed to happen when they wanted to happen, and they just quit.
Absolutely, bro.
And
Absolutely,
people,
we know, bro.
We know they used to rock with us,
Absolutely,
man. You know what I
man.
mean? And they just quit.
Yep.
And I'm just like, yo.
Yeah, man.
And here we are.
I'm blessed. And even in that, man, I'm thanking God for that, man. Because we both could have lost our mind.
We could have.
Long.
God,
Long time
I'm
ago,
telling
bro.
you, man,
Like,
I thought my world was about to be flipped upside down, man.
bro.
I'm telling you the truth. I'm being
Yeah,
honest. Like,
yeah,
but man,
facts.
God said, not him.
Yeah, man.
And listen, the whole time you going through it, God telling the devil, you better not kill him. You do what you want, but you better not kill him.
Wow.
The whole time. That's what a lot of people don't know. Like, you going through something right now, and you don't understand why you going through it, but God is telling the devil, you better not kill him. You can take him through whatever. Because, see, God is setting the enemy up. The whole time the enemy's trying to make you weak, he's just making you stronger. He's using the enemy to make you stronger.
Yeah.
You better not kill him. That's why you ain't dead yet.
Right.
You better not kill him. You may have this coming, you may have that going, but you better not kill him. You can take their house, you can take their, but you better not kill him. You better not do this. And the devil has to follow simple instructions. You better not kill him, because if you hold on, Job, here comes your double.
Yeah.
Man, let me get out of here.
Yeah.
Let me get out of here.
Hey,
If you hold on,
man.
here comes your double, man, and it's gonna come strong. Just don't give up. Don't look. Job stuck with God. Like, tell you can't kill me. I'm gonna keep on going, and he got his double, man. But man, listen, we can have service all night, but I ain't gonna do this about Yosiah, man. So tell us about what you're doing right now in the film.
Yeah, bro. So I'm honored to have this brother, this superstar, in my film. So we're shooting a short film called Conviction next month. This story is about a young lady who is basically being, she's basically dealing with her decisions of the past. So she made a very bad decision, and she thinking that this decision that she made is gone away, and she can just move forward her life. Basically a year and change afterwards, she's being haunted by this decision, and she's basically forced to face it. And this short film really deals with not only conviction, but it deals with forgiveness. So this story really tests the idea and the concept of forgiveness, because honestly, forgiveness can be very hard.
Very hard.
But again, there's times when we want to be forgiven. So it's really testing that idea that we have, and it's really just really interesting concept that we kind of tie in a few different stories. Then we have a surprise at the very end that y'all gonna be like, what in the world? But yeah, man, like Conviction, man, I'm really excited about it, because I think it's one of those stories that I feel people are gonna be able to really take something from. Honestly, and that's what I want my content to do. I want it to entertain, educate, inspire, all these different things, man, for people, like, and it all doesn't have to be, beat people over the head with stuff. Like, it can really be entertaining and really be able to tell a story. So with our content, again, I just want to be able to have a message that people can really gravitate towards. And this is like one of our official first projects out of my company, media company, Yosiah Vision. So I'm super excited, man. Just really got a stellar cast, really great story, and yeah, man, I'm excited. We also, I just want to let people know, and they probably already know already, but we have a series that I've been working on called Zeal.
Wow.
So Zeal is very interesting. I cannot really get into the specifics of Zeal, because this story is just so different, man.
Wow.
Like, I will say this, man. It really challenges the times that we live in.
Yeah.
And I'll leave it there. Zeal, Zeal was literally a concept that I was really just playing with, and where it is now. Shout out to Kisa. Where it is now, she literally took my concept and built this thing up to really tell a story that's like, I feel like people are going to see this series and really be like, wow, like really question what they do, on a daily, because I feel like we're the more social media, these phones, internet, like we be we're in this hamster wheel. You know what I'm saying? So really just challenging the thoughts, man, and really trying to get people to see life in a different perspective. Right. But again, it's all legacy. And literally forgiveness.
Right.
I had to learn that. Being convicted, I've been there before. Yeah. Challenging my thoughts. Like, these are things that are, pieces of me and my journey. But again, it's a legacy that I want to leave, amongst all things, man. I want my story to be able to inspire way past when I'm gone, left this earth.
Man. Yeah. Man, bruh, I just want to say, you got your daughter in the movie.
My daughter is in the movie.
That's my homegirl.
Yeah.
Do I remember that?
Yeah, she was a little bit. She running there. We performing. She would run to the stage and want to get on the stage.
Dude, I remember, man. You remember when I brought my daughter there?
Yes.
She was crying all over.
Absolutely.
I was like, what's wrong with her?
That's how it be, bro.
But man, I see your daughter acting, man. When I was watching her act, I was like, yo, this legacy.
Yeah, legacy, bro.
Bro, like, this is how. Y'all don't even, bro. When I tell y'all, you don't know what this brother been through and where he's at now. To watch his daughter, to for me, it's more than just saying, hey, that's a little girl playing a little.
Absolutely.
It's bigger than that for me because I know.
Yeah, bro. Yep.
To watch his daughter be inspired. To see what her daddy is doing and to get involved.
Man. That's a blessing.
And dude, to get involved. And the fact that even when you was going through, you was still there. Man, God.
And she would never really, I mean, one day, I may be able to tell a little bit, but she never experienced that.
Dude.
And I'm grateful for that. She never really had to see that. You know what I'm saying? And for her to be inspired, to be able to do that. And, man.
Yeah, it's amazing, man.
It is,
she blessed my soul. And I was like,
really? I know.
Girl, I remember when, when you.
Bro, man.
She was.
And I can't wait to see what your daughter, I know. Dude, I know it. It's in the DNA,
dude,
man.
That's diva, man.
It's in the DNA.
That's a little diva. I can't tell her nothing, man. She got personality.
It's in the DNA. It's happening, bro.
Personality.
She gonna need her own show in a minute, man.
Dude, she already on YouTube, dog.
Oh wow, yeah. So it makes sense.
She already thinks she got 1,000 people.
Oh, I got my followers, Daddy. I got my followers up. I gotta get my followers, Daddy.
I was done, bro.
Yeah.
She was like, shout out to my 1,000 followers and. I'm like, what?
Right.
But, man, it was beautiful to see. But anyway, man, I just want to let y'all know, we got history, man. This is my guy, man. So, thank you guys for tuning in, man. Listen,
Thank you.
Get ready for the movie Convict.
Yes.
Conviction.
Convict. We might get into that one day.
I might have prophesied something. But Conviction.
Yes.
And excellent, man. I play a big part in that.
Yes.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, bro, appreciate you.
Because I seen your movies, dude. You do your thing, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you,
for you to reach out to me to say, hey, man, I need you to come and play. I believe in you. You didn't even want to talk to nobody else.
Nah, I need you. I had already decided it was going to be him before he even agreed. I'm like, he got to do it. I don't care. But I was just so blessed and fortunate. He's like, yeah, bro, I do it. Yeah, but I ain't know. I mean, people got things going on. You never know. But in my mind, I'm like, he got to do this, man.
Yeah, I had to come through, man. Yeah. I had to come through, man. So, y'all get ready for it.
Get ready for it.
Get ready, because it's about to be crazy. And, hey, y'all stay encouraged, man. I hope his story bless you, man. And
don't take your journey for granted, man.
Don't take your journey for granted. Thank you for watching the show.
Yes,
I
please.
promise you we're going to have more shows. And maybe, man, we ought to come out to the Natty, man, and grab some folks, man, and just do a show, man.
Do a show, absolutely. Especially when we get the project done or whatever, man.
And just come out there and set
just
up.
Have a good time. Just talk.
Yeah, we can just talk, man. So we're going to do that. As soon as we get done, that's what we're going to do.
Cool, man. Thank you for having me today, bro. To be able to share my story with people, and I hope y'all was encouraged and motivated and inspired, and hope y'all soul is set on fire to whatever it is that you got in your heart God has for you, man. Go do it. And I hope this interview and this time of us talking just inspires you to like, okay, let me get back into it. Let me reconnect with my passion and whatever God has for me, because I've been going through this thing. So I hope this inspires y'all to go. It's time.
It's time, man.
Yes.
Because don't let time be taken from you.
Absolutely.
Man, hey, you just said something.
Yeah.
Well, God bless you. We'll see you. Yeah. And my producer is fired. She always leaving me in a bunch. So I got to do everything by myself.
Yeah.
I got to get up and sit down. But anyway, we thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next time on Your Story.
Yeah.
God bless you. Be blessed.
Yes.
See you later. Bye.
Yes.